Hi guys, it's Emily from Aussie Debt Free Girl here again, back to explain a financial term to you. Today we're going to do emergency funds. What is an emergency fund and why is it so important to your financial journey? So an emergency fund is just that. It is a fund of money that you set aside in case of emergency. And let's be honest, there's always going to be some kind of emergency that pops up, something unexpected. Now, what is an emergency? And this is really important, and it'll probably be different for different people, but it's not, oh, I forgot to buy this, or I forgot to do that and I'll just go and pay for it out of my emergency fund. That's not an emergency. Emergency fund is for things like, oh no, I've just found out that I'm going to be losing my job, or no, my car has had an issue and I need to pay for repairs, or no, something's broken and I need to fix it immediately. That's what an emergency fund is. Now, after you've used your emergency fund, and this is really crucial, you need to then stop whatever else you're doing, whether you're paying off debt, saving money, investing, whatever the other goals you had for that month. When that emergency comes up, you need to then refill your emergency fund. Because if you use that fund in an emergency and then you don't refill it, I can guarantee you there will almost certainly be another emergency just to follow it. So you want to make sure that you're refilling that fund. And you need to work out what sort of emergency fund you need, how much money you really need, and to do that you're really going to need to sit and have a frank look at your situation. Do you own your own home? Is a big one. If you own your own home, you're likely to have bigger emergencies or possible emergencies, water heater going, your aircon breaking, some pipe bursting, bigger emergencies, bigger emergency fund. If you rent your own home and you own your own car and you do regular maintenance, maybe you don't need quite as much in an emergency fund. Maybe you're paying off debts, so you're doing the Dave Ramsey method or the Barefoot Investor method, and you only have $1,000 in your emergency fund, and that works for you. That's awesome. Maybe you're renting, but you have maybe a larger family or more turbulent work situation. You want to make sure you have $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 aside. You need to work out what your emergency fund needs to be and what likely emergencies you could have in your life, and then have it. I really think you should have it before paying off debt, before saving money for a big goal. If not, if you could build it while saving things, because if you don't have an emergency fund and you're paying off debt and something happens, you're just going to have to take out more debt to cover that emergency. So you're really shooting yourself in the foot. So that's what an emergency fund is, what we kind of use it for, and when we refer to it in the financial community or on here, that's what we're talking about. I hope this helps.